Last month, I earned just over $6,400 editing videos. This wasn't from courses, no monetized channel, just pure high-paying client work. And I'm about to show you how I built an infinite client machine so you could do it too, even if no one knows your name yet. It's the same system that landed me clients like the Ireland Boys with 5 million subscribers and helped my client Asa land a dream job with a cooking creator who has over 670,000 followers. This isn't some generic strategy. This is a proven, repeatable system that most editors just get wrong. And once you get it right, you can attract as many high-paying clients as you want. But there is one thing holding most editors back from ever getting results from this system. It's not their portfolio, it's not their experience, and it's not their equipment. It's your mindset. Now look, I get it. This is the part where most editors want to skip. You want the DM templates, the content strategy, the income, but I promise you, if your mindset isn't right, none of what I'm about to tell you will even matter. You'll try it for a few days, see no results, and just give up. Or you'll blame your skills, your equipment, or even the algorithm. And that's exactly how most editors stay stuck at 1 to 3K a month. So here's the truth. At a certain point, being a better editor doesn't get you better clients. The big clients like the Ireland Boys don't just pay for editing, they pay for outcomes. If a client makes $15,000 a month from the videos I produce and I charge them $5,000 a month, well then that's a deal. And this is where most editors go wrong. They think the answer is to become a better editor, but the ones who win focus on positioning, showing their value, and helping clients get real outcomes. But once you shift from thinking like an editor to thinking like a problem solver, another trap shows up. If you're stuck at 1 to 3K, you might believe that the more people you appeal to, the better your chances of landing clients are. So you try to work with everyone thinking it'll lead to more opportunities. But here's the problem with that mindset. When you try to appeal to everyone, you actually stand out to no one. You just blend in. The truth is, it's not about being a good editor for everyone, it's about being the perfect fit for one. And that is a huge pain point for a lot of these big creators. I've talked with Ricky Ireland about this, and one thing that always comes up is just how hard it is to find an editor who already understands their kind of content. Most editors need weeks of training, sometimes months, just to get it right. And that's a huge deal breaker for a lot of these high-level creators. So when you show up with a portfolio that's clearly aligned with their niche, you instantly stand out. And with these big creators, the best part is, because you're not just another editor, you can actually charge way more. You're trained, you're specialized, and in their eyes, you're worth it. But let's be honest, you clicked on this video because you think you need more clients. But I'm willing to bet you don't actually want infinite clients. What you really want is a high earning, stable income, an income that gives you freedom. And let's be honest, if you really had infinite clients, you couldn't even handle it. Even 3 to 4 clients at once gets super hectic. So the real goal is to make a full-time income with just a few great clients who truly value your work. That's what this system is built for, because you don't need infinite clients. You just need a few great ones. And yes, this system will still create demand. In fact, if you follow everything I share, you'll have more leads than you need. But the goal isn't volume, the goal is freedom. And freedom comes from working with fewer, better clients, not constantly chasing more. And if you're currently stuck at 1 to 3K per month as an editor, wondering how do you break through that ceiling, I want to invite you to my free school community where I coach editors just like you on how to scale up to 5K, even 10K per month and beyond. We do this by positioning you better, giving you the proper systems, and actually holding you accountable to your results. You'll also connect with other like-minded editors, get feedback, and unlock bonus trainings that I don't share anywhere else. And here's the thing. One of the biggest things stopping most editors from landing bigger clients like the Ireland Boys is not having the proper training to work with them. That's why I also give you access to real client footage from my client with over 5 million subscribers, so you can practice and understand what editing at the top level actually looks like. So if you're serious about accelerating your editing career, join us. The link is in the description. Now that you have this mindset and understand the foundation, implementing this system becomes much easier. You don't need 100 clients, you just need a few great ones. But how do you actually find those clients? Because if you've ever posted a reel and just waited, you already know that hoping isn't a strategy, and they're not just going to magically land in your inbox, so you need to go out and get them. And that's where outreach comes in, but not the spammy kind, because remember, we're not trying to land tons of low tier clients. We're looking for full-time retainers with high level creators. So your outreach needs to be personal, valuable, and targeted. And there's actually one thing you can add to your outreach that completely changes the game. Something so impactful, it makes you almost impossible to ignore. It's simple, it's powerful, and when you use it, creators won't just see you as another editor, they'll see you as the one they've been searching for. So here's what you're gonna do. Start your email with personalization. One of the biggest mistakes editors make is sending the same copy and paste messages to every creator they find. It's lazy, it's obvious, and it almost always gets ignored. But when you take the time to do your research, give a genuine compliment, and make your message specific to them, you instantly separate yourself from the crowd. It shows you actually care, and that alone makes creators way more likely to respond. So after you personalize it, watch one of their recent videos and look for moments where you could improve their content. Maybe the pacing is slow, the visuals are boring, or the storytelling is weak. Take a 1-minute segment of their video and re-edit that section to show how you'd improve it. And if a re-edit's not possible for whatever reason, then record a quick 1 to 2 minute video audit instead. For this video audit, break down exact mistakes they're making in their edits, but more importantly, explain why it matters, why it's hurting their audience retention, their growth, their channel, their performance. But here's the key. Don't just critique, be kind, give compliments, and mix in genuinely what you liked as well. Because you're not here to just roast their content, you're here to help. And once you've pointed out the problems, position yourself as the solution. Let them know that not only can you spot these issues, but you know exactly how to fix them too. And if they're looking for an editor who doesn't make those mistakes, you're the one to talk to. This positions you as a problem solver who delivers real outcomes, not just another editor begging for work. Now attach the re-edit or the video audit to the message. And to create urgency, say a few client spots just opened up and you're looking to see if they're interested. With all that information, here's what that might look like in an actual email, even to someone as big as Mr. Beast. Hey Mr. Beast, just watched your $1 versus $500,000 dates video. It was super fun and gave me some good ideas for my own dates. Ha 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 ha. But as a video editor who loves storytelling, I noticed a big opportunity was missed. It's a video about love, but most of it felt emotionally flat. For example, the romantic violin scene around 3 minutes, your girlfriend called it romantic, but the pacing in the edit made it feel rushed and didn't let that moment breathe. That could explain why this video has struggled to perform as well as your other videos. So I re-edited that segment to show how it could have hit harder. Include the re-edit link. Let me know what you think. A few spots just opened up for some new clients, so if you need an editor to improve the storytelling in your videos, feel free to reply back. Best, Norman. See how a message like this feels so personal, so tailored, and so specific to the creator? It's literally impossible for them to see you as just another editor. You're not spamming a portfolio link hoping for a response. You're analyzing their content, diagnosing a real problem they have, and presenting yourself as the solution. And you've proven that you already understand their content on a deep level. This is what separates editors who get ignored from the editors who get hired. And the best part about this strategy is most editors will never do this because it takes time, it takes effort, but that's exactly why this works. The reason this strategy gets results is simple. Nobody else is willing to do this work. Everyone wants the shortcut, but the shortcut is doing the work no one else will. 99% of editors just send a portfolio link and pray, but when you show high-level creators you understand them, their goals, their style, and their audience, you become the one they've been searching for. It's not that great editors don't exist, it's that great editors who actually show they care are literally impossible to find for these creators. So just by doing the work, you become the one that stands out. Now I know what you're thinking, what if they don't respond? Was all that effort for nothing? Is it just wasted time? Well, there is one thing that almost every editor forgets to do. And this simple move is often the difference between getting ignored and getting hired. And it's all about the follow-up. So let's say you sent the message, personalized, valuable, and thoughtful, but no reply. You might think, well, I tried, and just move on. But here's what you need to understand. Top creators aren't ghosting you because they're uninterested. They're just busy. That's why following up the right way is the difference between editors who succeed and those who don't. So here's what you're gonna do. First, send your initial email. If you don't hear back, give it a few days, and then go to their most active social platform and send them a DM. But don't make it random. Reference your email so it feels warm. Something like, Hey, it's Norman, just following up on the email I sent. I'm an editor and I genuinely believe I can improve your content. I included a re-edit in the email to show you. Let me know if you'd like me to send it here. Now you're in their DMs with context. It's not a random cold DM. You're just continuing a thread that they might have missed. And if there's still no response, follow up again with their email. Follow up about 4 to 5 times over a few weeks, and don't just copy and paste the same message. Each follow-up should quickly recap your value and remind them what you sent. And if you want an even better chance of reaching them, reach out to their team. If they have a manager, a producer, or even a friend who helps with content, reach out to them. You'd be surprised how often those people are willing to connect you if you're persistent. Most editors are afraid of being annoying, but being persistent isn't annoying. It shows you care. It shows you're serious. And if you're truly committed to editing for a creator, then your actions should reflect that. The opportunities don't always come from the first message. They come from the 4th, the 5th, the one that finally breaks through the noise. So be the one editor who follows through, and you'll be the one who gets hired. Now, even with all this outreach, it's not enough on its own. Because what I see happen all the time is this: editors sending email after email, DM after DM, and every single message takes just as much effort as the last. But what if I told you there's one thing that you can do that makes every message way more likely to get a response without having to do any extra work? Where you don't have to follow up 4 or 5 times or send re-edits just to get noticed. Because when they see your name, they already know who you are. That's the power of building a personal brand online, and it changes everything. It doesn't just attract clients to you, it also makes your outreach 100 times more effective. It does the trust building for you, so eventually you won't need to send a re-edit or a video audit. Your brand speaks for itself. But there's a right way and a wrong way to do personal branding. You do it wrong and people won't take you seriously. You'll attract low budget clients, or worse, nobody at all. But do it right, and suddenly your DMs get replies, your emails get opened, and landing clients becomes the easy part. The best way to start is simple. Pick a niche and post on the platforms your ideal clients spend their time on. And for most editors, that's going to be Twitter/X, Instagram, and maybe even YouTube. But just posting isn't enough, because while most editors are sharing random clips hoping for attention, the ones who stand out are using proven formats that actually generate attention. And if you want creators to take you seriously, you need to show your value in a way that resonates instantly. So one of my favorite formats to start with is before and after posts. Share the raw footage originally next to the final edit. That kind of transformation is visual proof of the value that you bring. Another format I love is timeline breakdowns. Show the final video above the timeline of the edit. Then in the caption, you can break down some thoughts and explain why you made certain editing choices to create certain outcomes. This helps creators see that you think like a high-level editor. And if you really want to land dream clients, then you need to do this next one. I recently talked with Ricky from the Ireland Boys, and he told me, editors who DM me almost never get my attention, but whenever an editor does this, it always gets me to look. This next content idea is to do a re-edit of one of their videos, post it, and tag the creator. This single move alone has landed many editors so many opportunities with big creators because it actually gets their attention and shows initiative. So when you post this kind of content consistently in your niche on the platforms your clients use, you build trust, authority, and visibility. And here's where it all starts to compound, because not only does this content attract inbound leads, it actually makes your outreach better. Suddenly, the people you DM already recognize your name. They've seen your posts, they know your work, and that makes them way more likely to respond. You won't have to craft the perfect message anymore. Your brand does half the work for you. And this brings us to the full system to getting infinite clients. First, shift your mindset. You're not just another editor, you're a problem solver. And better edits don't get you paid, a better strategy does. Second, get focused. Don't be an editor for everyone, be an editor for one niche. That's how you charge more and stand out faster. Third, do outreach. Smart, targeted, and personalized. Show you care, show you can help, and show what you can do. Fourth, turn every video you edit into content. Post it, break it down, use proven formats, tag creators, and build your brand. Fifth, let it all feed each other. Your content makes your outreach work better, your outreach gives you content to post, and the cycle keeps building. And sixth, follow up. Be persistent, not pushy, just consistent. That's how you break through the noise. This system works. It's what I've used, it's what my clients use, and if you follow it, you will never have to worry about where your next client is coming from again. But there's still one huge piece missing, because even with the perfect outreach, even with the personal brand, the strategy, the follow-ups, none of it matters if your edits don't create outcomes. But when you learn to edit in a way that drives serious outcomes, the kind of editing that grows channels, gets more views, and makes creators serious money, that's when everything changes. Clients start begging to work with you. They give you raises, lock you in retainers, and even send referrals your way without you even asking. That level of editing makes you irreplaceable. And luckily, this isn't something you have to be born with. There's actually a specific set of techniques that I use to turn every video into a masterpiece. And if you want to learn these techniques, then click here to watch my next video where I teach you how to edit so good you can't stop getting clients.